my name is Mirchandani. I'm a rising senior at the John Burroughs School in St. Louis, Missouri. I enjoy singing with my choir, learning French, and reading about science and technology, as these have allowed me to connect with new people and diverse ideas. I believe that technology can be used to improve global health and the quality of people's lives by providing a solution to the critical problem of food insecurity. In this presentation, I will discuss the problem and a potential solution. Hunger is a global health crisis that affects 2 billion people, about 1/4 of the world's population. Of these, about 700 million people are severely undernourished. Malnutrition is associated with serious health consequences, including heart disease, diabetes, eye problems, stunted growth, and death. Sadly, about 1/5 of the world's children under the age of 5 have stunted growth because of malnutrition. They're not getting enough proteins, calories, and micronutrients in their diet and are thus deficient in vitamin A, iron, zinc, and iodine. A related nutritional threat is the world's growing reliance on less expensive processed foods, which alter foods from their original harvested or raised state to better preserve them. Processed foods contain high amounts of sugar and sodium, making people hungrier and obese. Unfortunately, impoverished families can only afford processed foods rather than fresh vegetables and fruits, while food banks and school cafeterias primarily serve processed foods. Tragically, during the global pandemic, children from impoverished families who normally receive their daily meals at school are no longer receiving them, with schools being closed in many countries. They are thus at a significant risk of malnutrition. While the world's farms produce enough food to feed everyone, a significant amount is wasted. During the COVID-19 pandemic, many farmers have destroyed the produce they have been unable to sell. However, COVID-19 has not created this problem. It has only exacerbated it. Restaurants have also been unable to function to their full capacity during the pandemic. They have laid off employees and struggled to survive, when instead their culinary talents and staff could be utilized in supporting soup kitchens and schools in their neighborhoods. Furthermore, many individuals who have witnessed the pandemic's tragedy unfold would like to help by volunteering their time, energy, or money, but do not know how. Here are 3 potential solutions for this problem. The first solution is expanding government programs like Farmers to Families to distribute food to needy families. The Farmers to Families program was launched in May 2020 as part of the US government's Coronavirus Food Assistance Program. It was intended to help farmers supply their unsold produce and dairy to the neediest Americans. The US government invested nearly $5 billion in the program, but it was difficult for small farmers to register as contractors, and therefore only large food distributors benefited from it. Due to the limited number of approved contractors, the program was also not available in all states. It was later suspended in May 2021. Expanding the program without making it easier for small farmers to participate seems wasteful. Also, spending bills can take months to get approved by Congress, and thus the relief to farmers and families can be significantly delayed by government inaction. The second solution is expanding corporate social responsibility programs for school lunches, soup kitchens, and food banks. However, a downside to this solution is that since companies set a cap to their CSR spending, expanding food support programs may divert funds away from other causes. Furthermore, it would require concerted lobbying to deviate companies from their current CSR, which they believe are aligned with their visions. Thus, it does not seem to be a feasible long-term solution. The third solution is a social supply chain facilitated by technology that connects all interested parties. I believe this solution has the most potential. Given the rise of the sharing economy epitomized by companies like Airbnb and Uber, it may be feasible to create a community of farmers, restaurants, volunteers, and financial donors who work together to address the food insecurity and wastage problem of our society. The following slides will describe a prototype website I built using JavaScript and Firebase that demonstrates the ideas of this solution. Farmers, restaurants, volunteers, and financial donors will create accounts on the website. Farmers can list the produce they wish to donate along with the pickup date and time. An algorithm will assign volunteers to the farms from which they have to pick up the produce and the restaurants they have to deliver it to within the produce's perishable lifespan. Volunteers then pick up the food and deliver it to the assigned restaurant. Participating restaurants act as takeout soup kitchens for their neighborhoods, where impoverished local residents or the food beneficiaries can come to pick up healthy cooked meals. Through the site, donors have the ability to make one-time or recurring monetary donations in support of the cause. Depending on the amount of monetary donations made on the website, an algorithm will calculate the compensation that farmers and restaurants will receive based on how much produce they donate or how many meals they serve. Here are some actual screenshots of the website. The first screenshot shows part of the home page. On the top right corner, you can see the sign in and select donation links. This screenshot shows the add donation page, where farmers can enter in their farm's name and address, the details of their donation, and a picture of their produce. This screenshot shows the volunteer and restaurant match page. Volunteers and restaurants are able to see the farm name, the produce donation, and the picture of the produce. Communications between farmers, restaurants, and volunteers are facilitated using real-time comments for each donation. In conclusion, hunger and food wastage are global health problems which have been exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic. This problem existed before the pandemic and will continue to exist following it. If we do nothing about it, it will be one of the greatest failures of our generation. The world's farms have enough fresh produce that can feed the world's hungry, but this food is going to waste because farmers are unable to donate their produce, and food banks have limited capacity to store fresh food. And impoverished families are unaccustomed to cooking farm fresh items that small farms generally produce for specialty restaurants. A technology-facilitated social supply chain can solve the world's hunger, provide wholesome cooked foods to those who need it, and give income to restaurants and farmers by matching farmers, restaurants, volunteers, donors, and food beneficiaries. Social distancing will be encouraged in all human encounters. Restaurants will pack individual meals in to-go boxes that they can deliver to schools or food banks, or that beneficiaries can pick up and eat at their homes. This model can be easily replicated in countries around the world. In this solution, everyone who wishes to help can become involved in some capacity. Here are my references. Thank you so much to the Global Health Leaders Conference team for organizing this amazing conference to bring together diverse ideas for solving global health problems and for giving me the opportunity to present about this topic. And thank you to the audience for listening to this presentation. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. My email address is on the slide. Thank you.